Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel where we guide you on all things Angular. I'm your host Ayaz Zafar, and in today's video we are going to take a look at a really important feature, that is how to upload files in Angular, whether it's profile photos, documents or multimedia. The ability to upload files is critical for many modern web applications. So let's get started. So first things first, let's make sure we have our Angular environment set up. I am assuming that you already have node.js and Angular CLI installed on your computer. If not, I have a video tutorial on that. You can check that from my YouTube channel. So next, you need to create your first Angular project, and you can do that by opening your terminal and you will type the command ng new and the project name. And of course, you can name it whatever you want. After the project is created, navigate into your project folder using cd command, and then we can start building our file uploading feature. I already have created my Angular project, so I will open my existing project. This is a very simple Angular project that you can see here, so we will use it. So our next step is to install necessary dependencies. For handling file uploads, we are going to use ngx file -drop. So let me open it in npm as well, ngx. So as you can see, it is a simple and customizable Angular library for drag and drop file uploading. So let's install it by typing npm install ngx-file-drop. So open your terminal and paste or type this command, press enter. Now let's create a new component for our file upload feature. So we can do that by typing ng generate component. So this is the name of the component that it will generate. So this command will create a new folder called file-upload with 4 files: CSS, HTML, and testing file, and the TypeScript component file. So in our file upload component file, we will implement the logic for handling file drops and uploads. So let's import the necessary classes from the ngx file drop and then implement the file drop handling logic. By the way, you can also see the documentation as well from here if you want to study. It's up to you. So they also have provided the demo URL as well that you can test that how it is working. So according to the documentation, first of all, you need to import this module in your app module or in the module where you are declaring your component. So why this component is declared in the app.module, so I will import this module here as well. All right, after that is done, we need to enable the file drag. So first of all, you need to add this HTML in your file drop HTML. So I will replace it, and we need to add files in the component ts file. I will copy the files array in my component class. Make sure to import this, and after that we will define the dropped function. Also, we need to have the file over and file leave functions. I will explain everything one by one. So when user is dragging and dropping the file on the draggable area, when they drop the file, then this function will be triggered and it will give us the multiple files, because we will allow multiple files as well, and then we will iterate over the array of files, and here we are checking if it is really a file or something else. So if it is not a file, then we will consider that it is a directory. So if it is a directory, then it will get the data from that directory and it will display them in the folder in the console log. And if it is a file, then we will use that file and we can display the content of that file in the console. And then if you want to upload this file to the remote server, then you can uncomment this code as well. I can show you as well how this works. So we just have uncommented in this way. So here you have to pass this relative path here. You have to create the form data, then you will append the name of the file. This is a file and this is the path. And then you have to import the HTTP headers and then you can pass the token if you require to pass a token. Otherwise, you can remove this step. And then you need to inject the HTTP client service in your component to use the HTTP client like this. And in this way, you will send the request. And in the second parameter of the post function, you need to pass the form data. And in the third parameter, you need to specify that if you have any headers, then you can pass the headers. Otherwise, you have to specify that the response type is blob. So then you will receive a response. You can process that. So I will remove this for now because we are not going to cover that part. So now after that is done, let's look at this file over and file leave. So when you hover on dragging file on the draggable area, then this function will be triggered. And if you are hovering your file over the draggable area, and when you move it away from that draggable area, then this function will be triggered. Now it's time to add this HTML. I already added that. Now it's time to test it. So I will go to my landing page that is being shown on the main page. So here I will add the file upload component. Now let's see how it looks like. So this is how it will look. I will improve the container for this. Here I will add some classes to style it. All right, now let's test it. Either you can click on the browse files button to select the multiple files, or you can drag and drop files as well. So let me drag and drop as well. So from here I will drag these two files, and if you hover on that, you can see that the background color of the container is being changed. So if you drop it, you will see the files that have been dropped over this draggable area. Now after that is done, you can obviously process that. So in the HTML, if you look at the app file upload component, and then we are tracking some events. So on file drop, on file over, and on file leave. So whenever these events will be triggered, they will call their respective functions. And if you want to see other available options, you can see these are all of the available parameters that you can pass. They have directory, they have drops on label, class name, content class name, disabled. So multiple, you can enable multiple or you can disable multiple files. So you can play around with those options if you want to. Further, you can also update the content of this drop-down zone. For example, this text, if you want to change it, you can change it as well. We are passing the content with the help of ng template. If you remove it, it will still work. Or if you paste something, then it will add that extra content there. You can also get rid of browse button as well if you want to. And if you add the browse button, then it has a function open file selector. And so this file selector function is coming from here. So we did not define it. This is coming from the Angular component that is created already by the module. Okay. And after that, we have a table that is also optional. You can get rid of that as well if you want to, or you can make it more modern if you want. And that's it. You have just built a simple file upload feature in Angular. Of course, in a real-world application, you would want to handle the files more robustly, perhaps sending them to a server or processing them in some other way. But I hope that this gives you a good starting point. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more Angular tutorials. If you have any questions or if there is any other topic that you would like me to cover, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.